ourselves mobilized, get our joints oiled, and then we'll do 3 different levels for our main section before we cool down. Okay, so start with some standing Tai Chi twists tonight. So if you can position your screen where I can see you, that helps me give you instructions as we go through. Hi, Julia. All right, let's go wide with the feet, and we're going to soften the knees. So a little bit of sort of bend in the knees. And I just want you to kind of let your tailbone hang down. So you're kind of sitting into the stance. And lengthen up through the crown of your head. We're going to twist and look behind. So gentle movement, just rotating, looking over your shoulder. And I want you to keep the lower half of your body still as the upper body turns. And you go around a little bit further so you open up what you can see behind you on each twist. And last one each side. And then we'll stay with the same leg stance. We're going to lean off to the side, and I want you to reach through your fingers, come back up, and the other way, and reach, lift, deep breath in, exhale as you come up, so inhale as you lean, exhale as you lift, and we're going to add a sweep down and round, and the other side, so we're going to lean and brush the floor with the fingertips. Lean and sweep round, breathing in as we lean, breathing out as we drop. And you do one more on each side. And opening the arms wide. If you can turn your palms up, I'd like you to sweep one leg forward and then kick back. As you do it, can you stay upright in your body? Point your toes. Let's get the foot involved. Can you get a little bit of height on that? Alrighty, resting off and switch to the other side. So pointy toes. Let your body lengthen up through the crown of your head so you elongate up. And we get our hands just slightly higher than the shoulders, just letting Damon back in, dropped off. Bit of height there. Last couple. Alrighty. We're going to sweep down and twist, look behind, down, twist. And one more each way. Okay, and then if you can come and stand at the end of your mat, I'd like you to balance on your tiptoes. So balancing on your tiptoes, and then come down to touch your toes. And uncurl your spine to standing. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, balancing on your tiptoes, bringing your hands together over the top of your head, and then coming down to touch your toes. Tucking your head in, just rock your body weight into your heels, and then forward to your toes, and back to your heels. And uncurl to standing again, and rising onto your tiptoes, and coming down to touch your toes. Tucking your head in, rocking your body weight again back to your heels, forward to your toes, back to your heels, just feeling the stretch at the back of the leg. Uncurling, imagine you're rolling your spine up a wall. Breathe in, tiptoe balance. Breathe out, come down to touch your toes. rock your body weight back to your heels, into your toes, rock back to your heels. And from here, I'd like you to walk your hands forward. So you move into a downward dog. So holding it there, lifting your tailbone up in the air. Let your head drop between your arms. You look towards your belly. Deep breath as you hold. And then from here, I'd like you to transfer into either full plank. So you're like this on your toes, or do it from your knees, and then let your chest come to the floor. And then push the ground away and move back to your downward dog. Lifting your tailbone up. Now, if your heels are nearly on the floor, can you wriggle your feet back a couple of inches? Breathe. So again, transitioning to plank, either full plank, tippy toes, or half plank from your knees, and let your chest come down. And push back up. And switching into your downward dog. Breathe. And do that again. Transitioning to plank, lowering your body, lifting, coming back to our downward dog. Breathe. And on this one, we're going to transition through, lower the body all the way down. So from here, I'd like you to move into Cobra, just letting someone back in the room. If you lay down onto your front, and then from here, we're going to squeeze the elbows in, push the ground away. And I want you to just notice, how is your back feeling as you go into this one? Chin up. And then slowly lowering your body down to the ground. Let's do that again. Squeeze in your shoulders, lifting up, chin up. Squeeze your buttocks to give your back support, and then come back down. If you feel like you've got a happy, strong back, you might push through and go a bit further up. If you feel you have a bit of a niggly back, maybe sticking with a slightly lower version. Choose your level. Staying up there for 3. Up and then coming back down. So deep breath in as you lift. And breathing out as you lower. So see if you can allow the movement to match your breath. We do that twice more. So final one. From here, I'd like you to push up into an elbow plank. So if you can come onto your forearms like this. So either going to your knees or onto your toes. And we're going to rock forwards and then pull back. Forwards and back. Squeezing the fist, feeling the chest open. And the shoulder blades drop down as you keep rocking forwards and back. Do that twice more. Breathe. And then from there, I'd like you to open your knees. We're going to sit into a child pose. So push your bottom back, but go quite wide. So hands are spread out towards the edges of the mat, spreading the fingers, pressing the palms downwards, and just letting your head rest against the mat. And wriggling the fingers just another inch or so forwards. Breathing into your belly. Just using this time as your breathing space today. Pushing the palms down, just open under the armpits and around the shoulder. Breathe. Okay, so we're going to transition again to our downward dog. So lifting the tailbone. And this time we're going to place one foot in the middle of the mat. And notice this other leg is hooked around the back. Pressing down through the heel. Breathe. And then if we can switch the foot, wrap around the back, and as you drop your heel down, lift your bottom up. Feeling the stretch. Okay, so next, if you can walk like this with your feet towards your hands, and can you join me down here onto the back? We're going to slide our fingertips into the curve of the lower back, and I want you to apply a little bit of pressure from your core down into your hands. Just pushing down into your hands as you lift a leg and lower. Can you keep that pressure on as you transition to the other side? And that's our first level. Level 2, we'll do it like this. So we're alternating, one leg coming up as the other leg comes down. Or third level, doing it with a straight leg, pointing the toes, making sure that whichever level we choose, we've got that good pressure on the hands. Breathing in, breathing out. As you're doing it, notice how your shoulders sort of hunch and round forward. Can you press them back and down? Breathe. Last couple. Alrighty, and then from here, can you bend one knee in? So your knee comes towards your chest. We're going to straighten the other leg down and away. So moving this leg now across your body like this. So you're going to bring your foot down to the floor, pushing the knee down. And can you trail the arm behind you away so that your hand is just above your shoulder line? Spreading the fingers on that back hand, reaching into the fingers and pressing the back shoulder down. Can you breathe into your belly? Pressing the shoulder down, pressing the knee down simultaneously. Breathe. So just enjoying a good old stretch. Let's give that a go on the other side. So if you can bring your other knee up, give it a hug. Bring your foot to the floor, you cross it over the body, you press your knee down and leave that other arm just trailing behind. Turn your eye gaze towards your back hand and press down through your shoulder, noticing the stretch. Breathe into your belly. And exhale as you press your shoulder and your knee down together. And one more deep breath. Alrighty, so let's roll to the center. Now, has everyone got a foam roller? If you could grab a foam roller, we're going to do some mobilization for our upper back. Good if we've been doing a lot of device work today or doing a job where we're feeling a bit hunched over. So if you can get your foam roller and just pop it behind you like this. If you haven't got a roller, you could always stack up some cushions. Ideally, we want something firm. So we're going to aim about halfway down the back, hands supporting the head here. And we're going to lean the body back, thinking of lifting our rib cage. Exhaling as we come up, tucking the bottom under. And let's do that again. So breathing in as we drop back. Hang loose until it feels slightly uncomfortable. Exhale as you come up, tuck your bottom under. Let's do that again. Breathing in as you drop. Breathing out on the lift. And then if you move your roller just an inch higher up your back to mobilize those facet joints. So inhaling as you drop back. Exhaling on the lift. And then moving the roll again, just another inch higher up. Doing more of the tops of your shoulders. Use your breath to help the stretch. Alrighty, last one. And then from here, I'd like you to come up to standing. And if you can find a stick, and we're going to use it to do some lunge stretching. So we'll monitor our posture as we do it. So we want a stick behind the back. And we'll have one foot coming forwards and the other foot coming back as we go into our lunge. So we'll have one hand here behind the neck and the other hand here in the curve of the back. You tuck your bottom under, and as you come down, if you can see yourself from a side view in your screen, aiming this thigh to be parallel with the ground. We're aiming it more horizontal. We're going to inhale and straighten the front leg and exhale as we lower. As you come down now, can you straighten your back leg away? Square your hip bones up. Breathe in as you straighten your leg at the front and breathe out as you bend. Now, if you're seeing yourself from a side view, does the stick look upright as you do it? I'm going to hold this one a little bit longer. And then from here, if you can straighten out, and we're going to keep the toes on this side turned outwards, and we're going to lean off to the side. Now, can we keep the stick attached to the head and the tailbone? We're using the stick to monitor the posture, because often the head will sort of go into forward lean on this one without us kind of realizing. Deep breath. Okay, so let's come back up. We're going to switch around, so we're now facing into our lunge on the other side. You're tucking your tailbone under, wriggling the back foot away. So use your mirror image on your screen and your stick to help monitor your positioning. Breathing in as we straighten the front leg and exhaling as we come down. Can you square up your hips again? Extending through the back leg as you hold the lunge, keeping your body weight slightly back. Inhale as we straighten the leg. Exhale as we come down. Breathe. Lengthening out through the back leg. And then from here, again, we're going to keep this thigh turned out. Angle the back foot in. Leaning down towards the shin as we go into triangle pose, but using the stick behind to monitor posture. So head on the stick, tailbone as close to it as you can. Breathe. Alrighty, bending into the knee on that side. You give your legs a bit of a shake out and you find some weights. So finding a couple of hand weights that feels slightly challenging for you to lift. So I want you to hold your weights in your hands like this. And if you can bring your elbows slightly back just behind you a little bit. If you don't have your hand weights there, you could maybe use a couple of saucepans or something like that. Some candles and all sorts. Tin cans are usually a bit too small. So we're going to lift the weights up at the side, bring the elbows in, and then move to the center. So rising onto tiptoes, extending the arms. Can you straighten them? Coming back in and down. As you move your arms to this position, can you squeeze your shoulder blades? Keep that squeeze when you're extending. Inhaling as you extend. Exhaling as you come in and down. You can either stay with this version or next level, we'll add a hold and some rotation. So we're going to turn the head, look towards the back arm, testing our balance as we stay on our tiptoes. Look to the center and then lower. Let's give that another go. And look towards your back hand. Move your head to the middle and coming back in and down. Do that one more time each side. Breathe. Alrighty, so final one. And I'd like you to pop your weights down and take hold of your foot on one side. We'll move into a quad stretch. Now, if you can see yourself from a side view, does it look like your knee is here in front of your other leg? Try and get your knees together. Feel your inner thighs touching. Can you get your heel to touch your bottom? And can you squeeze your buttocks to push your hips forwards? Now, if you've got the heel onto the buttock on that side, can you go into a forward lean, reaching the opposite arm forwards, getting a bit of height on that back thigh, testing our balance, and then slowly releasing and shake a leg. And let's give that a go on the other side. Get hold of your foot, knees together, or is one foot in front of the other one? Or knee, I should say. Heel towards your bottom. Can you get your heel to touch your bum? And then for those of you who can, progress into the forward lean, getting some height on that back leg. We reach through with the opposite arm. And then release. Your leg a shake. Let's repeat that again. So level one, we're going to stay with the upright posture. Heel towards the bottom, squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips forwards. Level two, keeping the heel onto the bottom as we take the opposite arm forward, aiming the leg horizontal. Level three, adding more height on the back leg, straightening the back arm. And then lowering the body down. Let's give that one more go on the other side. So heel towards your bottom, knees together. Get your heel touched on there. And then adding the forward lean, level two, with the heel staying on the bottom. Third level. Letting that reach. And slowly release. Okay, good job. Let's come back to do some more core work. So now's a good time actually for a drink. So if you can join me in a seated posture. If it's tricky for you to curl up from the floor, you might find a strap useful. We'll do 3 different levels. So level 1, keeping the strap under your feet to help lever your body down and back up. Level 2, we'll do it like this, hands free. Going to tap your head on the floor. As you come up, can you make it a smooth move? Rolling the spine down, bone by bone, peeling spine back up. Now, if you've got a non-sort of jerky move, then over time, progressing the arms by the ears, adding in a weight. Inhaling on the way down. Exhaling on the lift. Eye gaze up to the ceiling. On the roll helps to align the head well. And we do that twice more through. So final one. When you're done, if you can lay down onto your back with your fingertips interlocked, turning the palms outwards and straightening the legs, pointing the toes, closing your eyes, and just using this as a bit of breathing space. You fill up your belly with air and then empty. And you're breathing in positive, healthy energy. Exhaling out tension, worries, stresses. Do it again, filling up and emptying. Okay, from here we're going to roll to our side. And I'd like you to prop yourself up on your bottom elbow like this. So find an elbow. That's it. I want you to make sure that elbow is underneath your shoulder and squeeze and make a fist. So lift your hip just a few inches off the ground and then drop it down. So level 1 will start there with the knees in front of the hip. Level 2, we're going to bring the knees back. The knees, hip and chest are more in line, and we'll add some reach here with the top arm and then draw an arc as we come down. So level 2, drawing the arc over the top of the head and then coming back down. For third level, we go into straight leg version and the top leg, the foot on the floor over the top of the other one. Now each time you lift and take your body weight on that shoulder, try to lock the shoulder down so it does what we call technically a scapular retraction. In a nutshell, just pressing your shoulder blade down your back helps to stabilize the joint as you put weight into it. Can we do 2 more? And then let's give that a go on the other side. So final one, keep your head back. It's a bit nicer on the neck that way. Okay, good job. So give the shoulders a little bit of a wriggle out. And if you can come and join me over on the other elbow. So aligning your shoulder and elbow, squeeze and make the fist. So level 1, we're just lifting the hip and then coming down. Level 2, we're staying up there a bit longer with the knees further back. We draw the arc over the top of the head. So choose your level. More advanced, we'd straighten the leg. And bring the arm back by your ear. Breathing in on the lift. Pressing the shoulder blades down. And we do 2 more. Final one. Okay, good job. Can you lie onto your front? Now watch my leg position before you start. So I want you to open your knees, a sort of frog leg position. So the heels are touched together like this. And I'm making a fist under my forehead so that I can breathe. And I just want you to do a little hover with one leg, as if you're trying to push the ceiling away and then bring that thigh back to the floor. Now, when we're doing that lift and alternating the leg, I want you to make sure that you have got your hip bones weighted down evenly. It will feel like you're pushing your pubic bone into the floor for the girls. There may be other bits in the way for the guys. So you can either do the single leg or both legs hovered for our next level. As you move up through the levels, you will work your lower back muscles more intensively. So if you tend to get a niggly back, you might prefer to stick with level 1 or 2. For level 3, notice now I'm lifting my upper body and then coming down. We're going to see if we can hold the lift for 3, 2, 1, and then lower. Inhaling on the lift. Exhaling on the lower. So choose your level 1, 2, or 3. If you're doing that double leg raise, try to press your heels in towards each other. Last couple. So final one, good one for strengthening the glutes and the back. And we're going to give our glutes a good old stretch now. So if you can pop yourself over onto your back, and if you can join me with your right ankle bone here on top of the knee. I'm going to pop the hands around the left leg. Our left leg is at 90 degrees, and then use the hands to pull the leg in. Now notice, is your body weight centralized, or have we compensated by shifting onto one side? So try and centralize and use your right elbow to push your knee out as you pull in quite firmly now with your hands. Breathing deeply. Next level, notice my bottom leg straightens up. And I'm going to pull in more firmly still. More advanced level, notice now I'm bringing my nose up to say hello ankle bone. Alrighty, let's release. And we're going to switch. So we've got the left over the right, hands around the back of the thigh. Use your hands to pull in again. Is that ankle bone on top of the thigh as you pull in? If not, adjust and use the left elbow to push the left leg outwards as you pull in firmly with the hands on the right. So there's a opposition going on as we push, pull, and then extend through, straightening the leg, pulling in more firmly for level 2 or level 3, nose and knee coming towards each other. Breathe. Alrighty, resting off. Coming back to some more core, some Pilates. We'll go to opposite arm and leg, single leg stretch. So alternating, can you tap the thumb and the heel down simultaneously? Level 2, we'll do it from here, knees at 90 degrees. The third level, we're going to do straight leg ones, pointing the toes and then flexing, pointing and then flexing. So work your feet as well as your abs. And we do that twice more. So final one. I want you to hug your knees into your chest, and just with your hands on top of your knees, you're going to circle, massage your lower back into the ground. Just close your eyes and get into that feeling of relaxing your back, massaging it into the ground. And then reversing back in the opposite direction. Okay, good job. We're going to rock up to seated, and we're going to come over to all fours. So we do some strength work for our arms and our upper body. So if you can bring your shoulders down away from your ears, allow your chest to lead the way as you lower and then lift. Allow your chest to lead and then lift. Now you can do it with your knees either under your hips or wriggle your knees a bit further back. Make sure your chest leads the way rather than your hip. For more advanced, moving up to tiptoe and a slow lower, and you touch your chest on the floor and then lift. So touching the chest down and then lifting. You do 2 more. Choose your level. Final one. And then from here, we're going to sit back with the elbows on the ground and the knees open like this. So we're moving to a groin stretch. The knees are open, toes are touched together, notice. Notice as well my back is arched. push the bottom back towards the heels until you feel the inner thighs and the groin area stretching. Breathe. Alrighty, so from here, we're going to come up to standing. Now's a good time to grab another drink. So let's top up. Okay, so can you find a stick again? Some work for our triceps at the back of the arm. If you can pop the stick behind you here, you can do it with a towel or a jumper if you've not got a stick today. So thumbs together, and I want you to roll your shoulders back and lift behind. So you're trying to get a bit of height, your arms away from your body, and then back down. So again, lifting up, you rise onto your tiptoes, squeeze your shoulders for some height, and then back down. Let's do that again. So pull on the stick or the jumper, whatever you're using, squeeze your shoulders, and then come back down. Breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you lower. And do it again. And you go right up onto your tiptoes. Do that twice more. And final one. Alrighty, and then just popping the stick down to one side. I'd like you to lift your leg behind. We're going to test our balance. I'd like you to turn your body out to the side. And we're going to bring this hand down to the floor. Trying to get some height on the leg. You flatten your hand. Wobbling optional. Welcome the wobble. I'm going to reach the other arm up to the ceiling. Okay, and then lowering that back leg down. Oh, should we give that a go on the other side? So, lifting the leg. We slowly transition into it. Feeling for the floor with the fingers. And you flatten the hand, open the top arm, so you're stacking your arms one above the other. Reaching through your toes on that back leg. Breathe. And slowly transitioning. Well done. Okay, good job. Coming down onto your backs next. So if you can join me here again. And I'd like to pop your hands just here on the top of your belly. Close your eyes. Not much to see. I just want you to kind of sink into the feel of your body. Allow yourself to be in the being mode and step out of the doing mode. Noticing the breath inside your belly rising and falling. Just taking a moment for a bit of self-praise, just to acknowledge the effort that it's taken to be here today, to make the decision to show up, get it done, practice together. Taking a moment to contemplate how those little mini decisions that we make, show up or not show up, and the decision to do it, how they all add up to our Bigger picture of our mobility and flexibility, core strength, posture, mental health. All of that lot adds up to ultimately our independence and our ability to look after other people. Just taking a little moment just to acknowledge your efforts today. And then allow your attention just to drift a little bit. Imagine your body is sinking down into the mat as it relaxes more deeply. Just let your attention drift, noticing the sounds around you. I'd like you to bring your attention back to your breathing, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 8. Inhaling for the count of 4, exhaling for 8. And one more time. Let your breathing just settle back to its natural pace. Noticing how you're feeling now compared to the start of the session. I'd like you to open your eyes, and as you open your eyes and just take in your surroundings, notice what's in your peripheral vision, different colors and shapes in front of you. Taking a moment just to be with your surroundings. And when you're ready, I'd like you to roll over to your side. And we're going to come up to the seated position and take a little stretch for our necks. So if you can cross your legs, or you can always pop your feet out wide. And I'd like you to lengthen up through the crown of your head, and then just drop your head over to the one side, and just a gentle pull here. You're pulling down by your ear. Deep breath. And let's release and drop over to the other side. And again, little pull by the ear. Just letting your head give in to gravity. And let's release. If you can pop your hands just here around the back of your head now. Drop your chin down, keep your spine long. So chin in, pressing the chin to the chest. Breathe. Alrighty, so I hope that's made a difference to your day. We'll just have a little check-in and chat just to finish the session. So when you're ready, you can hit the unmute.